Japan Dyno, the best of Japan to you.
Howdy, this is Andy of Japan Dyno, and I have for you an HKS Super Sequential Blow-Off Valve, or DCO. So a HKS Super Sequential Blow-Off Valve removed from a Honda Odyssey here in Japan, an RA6. Odyssey, good for the RA6, RA7 with the F23A engine. That's the flange here. The valve itself is a universal blow-off valve, good for any turbo vehicle. The flange can be fitted to your turbo vehicle. It will work with your vehicle. Universal and adjustable type blow-off valve. But the flange specific for the F23A engine for the RA6, RA7 Odyssey, or Odyssey as it's called here in Japan. So the Honda Odyssey blow-off valve, and in great condition. We'll run through some further shots. From the side here, you can see very, very clean, tidy example of the HKS Super Sequential Blow-Off Valve. Sequential blow-off valve, a diaphragm type blow-off valve, has a diaphragm in the center here, and a spring to resist the movement of the diaphragm. Boost pressure from below pushes on the diaphragm. Inner manifold vacuum connected to this little nipple in the back there pulls on the diaphragm. When that is enough to overcome the spring, the diaphragm moves in little fluttering movements, pulling a piston which runs through the center here, then releasing sound through the trumpet at the front, creating that very distinctive super sequential blow-off valve sound. So the very desirable super sequential blow-off valve in really fantastic condition, very unusual for such a tidy item, and very, very tidy and clean. The HKS super sequential blow-off valve, made from billet aluminum, and as you can see here, very, very tidy. HKS logo on the top there, very, very clean and tidy. The tensioning on the diaphragm changed by winding in and out the bolt, which pushes on the spring, which pushes against the diaphragm, which again pushes against the piston. So the spring adjustable type, the spring can be tensioned by winding in and out the little bolt and then locking it in place with a locking nut there. So the fully adjustable HKS Super Sequential Blow-Off Valve. And look at the back there. You can see the spring housing, the diaphragm housing in this area here, the tensioning bolt locking nut, and the inner manifold nipple there that goes to the inner manifold. And finally, the shot from the front, you get that very distinctive, very attractive HKS Super Sequential look. You can see the front there with the little purple valve. So when the diaphragm moves in little sequential movements, it pulls on this piston, allowing the boost to squeeze around the outside of this little piston here, creating that very distinctive HKS Super Sequential sound. So the very desirable, very sought after HKS Super Sequential blow-off valve, made in Japan, from Japan. Thank you.
In order to serve you better, we have our website at www.japandyno.com, as well as our blog, the Japan Dyno Daily Fix, where we feature items of special interest. Look forward to seeing you there.